Welcome back to another episode of the On Your Left Startlist Power Rankings, the official pre-race show where we break down the upcoming pro start list in 30 minutes or less. Today, we're headed to altitude and diving into Ironman 70.3 Boulder. I'm joined by my co-host, pro triathlete Evan Price, and the legend intern Blake Pfeiffer. Our guest this episode is a pro triathlete, the pro's pro swim coach, member of Real Tri Squad, and a man who makes floating his top priority. But above all, the fastest swimmer in the sport. Please welcome Greg, the Porpoise, Harper.
What an intro. Thanks, guys. Hey, and I did this race last year, so I can bring some good insights to the pod.
Did you ever think your nickname would be the Porpoise? Because Evan said that, and I was like, that is hysterical.
People have been calling me Poseidon because I think Kyle Glass coined that one, which is nice. I was just looking at my PTO rankings. I'm out number 2 on the swim in the world ranking behind Aaron Royal.
Yeah,
but it's all 200 people.
Okay,
That doesn't count.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
They get the bump.
I lost 30 in my world rank, but now I'm number 2 in swim. So I mean, what's really more important?
Who's ahead of you?
Aaron Royal. Yeah. Anyway,
Gentlemen,
first and
fuck that.
Worlds is
Let's
good.
talk about triathlon.
Gentlemen, we are going to Boulder. We are in the bubble for this episode. And I'll be honest with you, looking at the start list, pretty disappointed. Pretty disappointed at the depth, especially home turf in Boulder. But again, terrible timing for the race. It used to be in August. They moved it to June, and it's in the middle of some of the Pro Series races. We got Frankfurt, so Rudy von Berg. But there are some names that are on here that are some heavy hitters. So let's kick it off. Top tier. Who are we thinking? Who wants to lead it?
Greg, who's your winner here? Give me just right off the bat who's going to win this race.
Appleton.
Whoa.
That was my hot take. That was my hot take.
That just made me uncomfortable.
I'm going to push back, though. I feel like this race is kind of stacked for it not being a Pro Series race. I mean, there's like there's like 10 guys who are really good. Like versus Eagle Man last weekend, I don't know if it's like that different of a start. I mean, I guess we could look at strength of field on the PTO, but I mean, there's a lot of good guys.
I agree. Like 5 to 12, I'll say in this race is actually going to look pretty strong. I don't think maybe it has the top podium firepower that some other races have had, but I think 5 to 12, this field actually looks pretty good.
And there should be a fight for the win.
There should definitely be a fight for the win.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're talking. It pays 5 deep, $20,000 per.
Ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
That's
so
stupid.
I know it definitely should be 7 or 8. I mean, especially with the talent here. But we got 2 slots, which is still respectable, and they could have easily made it 1, but. You look at the prize purse and everything, it's usually 50,000 with 2. So here, because it's one gender, it's going to be a shorter episode, but we got 2 slots here. And I'm going to go ahead and agree with you on this, Greg. I think putting Appo up here is well-deserved. The guy is hotter than ever. He made it a priority. He didn't go to Eagle Man, surprisingly. And he's got the kid bump this year. He's fighting for something else. So I'm not opposed to putting him up here. Who else are we going to join Appo with?
I want Colin.
Yep.
No.
He finally took a weekend off of racing.
No, Colin's not top tier.
Man. This guy's used to racing every 14 days. So this is.
I have his races 13 times 2024. He raced.
You can't put Colin on the same tier as Trevor and Appo. Like you just can't. They're like proven winners. He hasn't won shit.
DNF at Chatty. He's clearly, recovering from St. George. Is he
St. George was a great race from Colin, though.
Yeah.
I think that showed that he's right there as a podium contender right now.
Greg, why do you think he should be up here?
Yeah.
Because he's got like one good podium in his life. Like Appo's won how many 70.3s? Trevor?
2 years old.
Yeah, but I just think based on results, you can't put him as the same tier as those guys. Could he beat both of them on his day? It's possible this year, but yeah, I guess you got to think about relevance and history. I guess it depends on how you're thinking, but I don't see him at that level really.
Last year, he was 5th at Boulder last year, so he goes 25 minutes, 156, 115. So I think if you have to run under 115 to win at Boulder. Obviously, you got to be 112 range at least.
Is he sleeping in his own bed?
Zuck? No.
Yeah.
Where does Colin?
He's from.
I thought Colin lived on a plane. Like, where does he actually live?
He's from Evergreen, Colorado. Just somewhere up in the mountains.
Okay.
He lives everywhere.
Denver.
He does. He just lives
For
wherever
only
a hotel is.
Apo and Collins only head-to-head race this year. Apo did take 7th at Oceanside. Colin was 11th at Oceanside, aside from the DNF at Chatty.
That's a tough. Did he have any mechanical or anything? Because that feels out of character.
It was. I mean, that was just a crazy deep field. I mean,
Yeah,
it was.
that's-
That was just a brutal race. And I
Yeah.
mean, he fell apart on the run. I know that. We were obsessively tracking that last 10K. He was really falling apart there. So,
gentlemen, the obvious one here. He's
T-Folly.
hot. He shut up. I mean, he put up at Eagleman.
yeah, can we?
I think it's pretty obvious here. He needs to go up there.
Can we give a big shout out to T Folly shutting up Blake and Bolly on this last podcast, saying that he wasn't gonna.
All right.
Was Blake in
that's
that boat?
fair.
I can't remember. Blake, you were in that boat. You
Yeah.
doubted the man.
I always
Lucy
doubt him.
Charles commercial, man. Everybody doubted him.
Listen,
Everybody
That's
doubted
fair.
him.
I said I need to see a good result out of him this year first before I do it. I mean, I've been embarrassed way too many times between him and Chelsea. It's like, you guys, you got to show me something, It's a fool me once type of situation. You know what I mean?
that's
He's
fair.
tired. I know he just posted he feels tired, but I think he's going to be fine. I think he goes out and
He
wins. this
posted
thing.
he was tired. Whoa,
He
whoa,
did
whoa.
post that he's tired. Yeah.
Is my video off, by the way?
No, you're good.
Okay. Wait, he posted that he was tired? I didn't see that.
It's kind of a man. These younger guys post certain emojis and stuff like that I think mean that they're
What
tired.
emoji was it?
It's a Gen Z emoji thing.
Greg's, we're all too old for this. Blake, you know exactly what we're talking about. If you read his most recent post, he's
I'll
commenting
pull it
that
up.
he's tired right now. Yeah.
The turnaround is only 6 days, which no, you're not for Boulder's on Saturday, right?
It is Saturday. Yeah.
So that makes a difference. And honestly, Eagleman it's a hard race. Like, it was hot, it was humid. Like, they biked really hard. He was in a run battle with Sam, like toe to toe. Like, it's those small things that like it makes it harder to back up. Like, if this is 7 days, Trevor goes to Maine and wins the race by 4 minutes and runs 1:11 tempo, it's a lot different than what happened to Eagleman. So I think that reason, and like just Apo, I think is like low key hot this year, and like his underrated results, like home course, he could have help on the bike. I just think maybe he wins, but that's why we race, isn't it?
It is.
We're just pundits, bro. Like,
Apo's-
we just need to shut
We're
up.
just talking heads here, but
If
but
you
that-
need an
that is
emoji
a smart
analysis,
take.
I'm prepared for one now.
Here he
Give
comes.
it
Yeah,
to
Blake,
us.
give
Give
us-
it to us.
give us
So
your-
he
your
posted
read
the
on that
skull
Falcon post.
and then a crying laughing, which in my head is like, I'm dead, ha ha ha. It's a joke.
Ooh, honestly,
Yeah.
that's second tier material.
skull's
That
on
is for me.
dead. Yeah.
That's
That's-
elite analysis from Blake.
Yeah, you put that on like a meme, something you're laughing at. Yeah, I say put him top tier for sure. No,
Do you
what?
think
No. Top
Wait,
tier.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like-
you can't.
It's
He was-
sarcastic.
Oh, it's sarcastic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So this
yeah.
is why we need Blake, because I would have
Yes.
read into that too much.
See,
Yeah,
that's the
okay.
Gen Z filter here. I don't
That
know
is.
what I'm looking
Yeah.
at. The next gentleman, I think, came a little bit of a surprise at St. George, and there's no doubt, and I love his headgear, is Kevin McDowell. We all know his pedigree. This swim course, too, I hate the swim. I've done this race. Greg, I don't know if you could speak on it, but do you like the swim here? And
That's
especially
the breakdown,
with-
Greg, on this swim.
Yeah.
I think it's just like standard. Like, it's kind of flat. It's like a square. I mean, I don't think like anyone I mean, altitude is hard, so it makes it hard. But then the runners got an advantage too. So I just think it's pretty neutral. I don't really see anyone favoring one athlete. It was borderline wetsuit, non-wetsuit last year, but then the wind came up and it was wetsuit. So yeah, something to. If it's been hot and Boulder, could be non-wetsuit, which obviously
think
plays
that-
to Apo.
It's 70 degrees right now.
That's
and I think
beautiful.
you're right, Greg, is the next couple days are hot. So my guess is that gives the bump to where it's going to go non-wetsuit, probably.
I think
Which
this course
Definitely
suits-
does not play to Folly. That definitely plays to the Apo win. If they're dropping wetsuits, then my pick's in trouble there.
Well, that's what I mean. I think this course suits Kevin McDowell as well. I think it's a relatively soft bike course for Boulder.
Where
It's
does
a
where does
fast bike
McDowell
course.
live?
I think he's
He
sleeping.
lives in
his own
Boulder.
bed. Yeah, I
He's
think he's a
Boulder.
bed.
Okay.
I think he's a bed guy. Which
Yeah.
is enough. The question is, do we put him at one here?
Man, fourth at St. G with a 114 on that course.
That's what I
Swam
mean.
front, 203 bike. He showed he can bike.
What was
But
his Oceanside?
I think you got to put him second tier. He did terrible at Oceanside.
30th Oceanside.
Yeah. He had,
How many
he had very
70.3s?
bad-
But how many 70.3s has this guy done? Like two.
Two this
think
year. Aside from
just-
that, not many.
That's what I mean. Like maybe it was just like a cobwebs, like what am I getting into type of deal. Like I don't know. That's my hot take right now. But if you guys want to veto it, we'll go 2 tier.
I think you can go 2. That's safe.
Okay.
I think 2.
Yeah, so I think Colin and him are both in the same boat for me, where it's like on their day, yes, they could go second. On their best day, both of them. I think they're both going to be battling for that 3rd, 4th spot, but the win, I think, is a stretch for both of them. Like something would need to happen to Folly or Appo.
Okay. I feel like at the top tier, it just has to be proven guys over years. Like you just can't put McDowell at the same level as these guys. Like these guys have gone top. Appo's been top 5 at 70.3 Worlds. It's like 110 70.3s. Foley, I mean, we know what he's about. He's won Ironman Pro Series race. Like they're just at a slightly above class, but doesn't mean they can't mix it up with them. It's just the consistency quite isn't there.
Okay, now feeding off of the McDowell talk, I think if we're talking about cobwebs, who's hot, home field, sleeping in their own bed, we can't discount Justin Metzler.
Oh,
yeah.
A lot of experience. I can discount Lieferman for a lot of reasons. We're not going to get there right now. But Justin Metzler, how do we feel about putting Big Mets in tier 2 here? Is he a tier 2 guy, or does he still need to prove himself?
Okay, I mean, according to our notes, with this rumored FTP of 400 watts.
This is true. Blake did a deep dive too, and I heard that he's a good-looking man, which means he's got to go. It
says he's handsome as fuck. Not gonna lie,
he is handsome. He is handsome,
and he's fresh off that China podium.
That China podium shows me that Metz is at least back to what for his level is good fitness. I mean, he rode that entire bike in the what was it, the 58?
Well, yeah.
Like I mean, rode his biggest gear. He was his. I would love the stats on his average RPM. Like, what did he ride that
like
whole bike at like 50? Yeah, like 60. He did.
It was like 60.
I mean, I know Greg hates those sets too. I do on the bike. Could you imagine Greg doing a 73?
I think I would be good at it. I don't know. Don't rope me into your soft mentality. I love those things.
Hey, I know you complained about one of those high torque sets recently. I complained about them every time. I know you complained about one of them.
Dude, that's what I've been doing lately, these 40 RPM workouts. But I think doing it for the yen, because one of these guys is going to be fighting for 5th of the money, in my opinion. So I think doing it for the yen. The name for the top tier, I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing a blank on the top tier here.
I liked Greg's
hometown heroes.
Proven. I was about to say, yeah. Proven's good.
Yeah, that's beautiful. All right, tier 2. I'm going through the list here, guys. Drew Schellenberger, top 3 at St. Anthony's.
I battled with him in St. Anthony's. I was
sure.
How
was he riding? How was Drew? Like, what did his TT bike situation look like, Greg?
He looked like okay dialed.
Okay.
He didn't take a single pull. Like, I only took one, but like
Okay.
I would say like he was strong, but he could get isolated. I don't see him. He'll swim with Appo. I sort of don't see him hanging with Appo, but maybe like him and McDowell and Appo could potentially ride together. Although Appo's slippery, man. Like it's hard to hold his wheel. I've been there.
Appo's slippery.
He is.
He's shady as hell.
Yeah, he's
says
shady,
porpoise.
Shady guy. Well, and Sharp's in there too. Sharp's a good draft, but
that's what I mean right here. I mean, this guy, a lot of experience. 2022 winner, top 3 a couple of years ago, right?
He was 6th in Boulder last year, and I mean had a good day across the board. So
6th and a 5th. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah, so he's got to be that second. I put Schellenberger in that next.
Yeah, for sure.
Because here's the bottom line. I mean, Greg's right. I don't think he stays with Appo on the bike. So coming out of the water with him is not going to give him an advantage. And then the bikers are coming at that point. Like, Colin and Foley are coming. And he's not.
I think he could hang with Sharp though, too. Like, I mean, that's what I did last year. I got dropped by, Appo. Like I couldn't hang. And then I rode behind Sharp for a long time. And then the Metzler train caught up too. So it's like, it's all in play. Like these all like Colin Zoo, Metzler, Sharp, Schellenberger, maybe a couple. They could all be getting off the bike together. It's just who's ahead is the question. Yeah. I mean, Foley just rides through.
What's Colin's last name?
Zoo. Such.
Zuch.
Well,
I don't know.
Okay, I thought you knew it. I'm like, wait, it's not Such. Zoo? You call him Colin Zoo?
That's Colin Zoo. Whatever. He quit Real Tri Squad, bro. He quit the team.
Really?
Yeah, he's off. I don't know exactly what happened, but he's no longer on Real Tri Squad.
I gotta get into it. Okay, gentlemen. Connor
because everybody was mispronouncing his last name.
Connor Ford ranked high. You look at some of the results, not great. I mean, he's got like a top result at Chattanooga. I think he did like Steelhead, but age group guy coming to the pro field. Can't find a photo of him anywhere. Instagram's private.
Yeah.
Wild. I
met him
think
in person. Super nice guy. So
he's probably going to be a 4th tier. I'm just going to throw it in there for now.
He's on the up and up though, man.
That's what I mean.
Year by year, if you actually look at his results, his like 2026, he could be pretty strong. But yeah, I don't think. I mean, he's 8th in Chat, 16th in St. George, 19th in Oceanside. So the results are solid, but he's not. I don't
let
think
the kid just.
Chat had no swim, dude.
Yeah.
Mike Arashida, crowd favorite,
for the win.
Favorite.
He's almost doubled his training volume for this race compared to Oceanside in Texas.
I think it's fair enough.
5 to 10 hours, I believe.
I think it's fair enough to put him in this category because I think we know how to round off tier 3. Let's talk about the man who's debuting his 2025 season. Local, sleeps in his own bed, bump, Chris Lieferman. What do you guys think?
I mean, why hasn't he raced yet?
A long time.
He's hurt?
He is injured.
Okay.
He was on the list.
What was his injury? I need to look at the IR report here. What was he harboring? Did he?
I want to say it was a hip. I want to say it was a hip thing.
Give me 30 seconds.
Fresh sponsorship with Raw Endurance. He's got sponsorships to prove.
How old is Chris now? Is he 40?
A little sensitive topic.
Does he not share his age?
I haven't seen him do any DIY projects lately, so he could be focused. Yeah, I knew it was his hip. So we're going to throw him in there. Not proven yet, but obviously, I mean, we know his pedigree of racing. He's you got to prove it to get up to at least the second. You got to race once to get to the 2nd tier.
And obviously always races well in Boulder. I mean, it's hard to, if he has his day, I would love to see a top 5 out of Chris Lee. That'd be awesome to see Chris somehow work his way into this top 5, but.
Gentlemen, this guy right here, Cozumel, last year, podium. Has he raced this year yet, Blake? I feel like you would know this.
I have a Oceanside 26th, 2025 result.
Oof, see, I really want to put Robbie in 3rd. I want to. What do you guys think?
He has a very, very good history at Boulder. I'll give you that. He's 6th there in 2023 and 11th in 2024.
He's got the experience.
Suck it.
Yep. I was, Greg, I'm glad you were on that because I was about to ask. I was like, who was 10th then? Do we know? Greg, was he, because you ran not that, I mean, was he bearing down on you or you guys ran similar runs?
We ran similar. Yeah. It was for the last world spot too, actually.
Man. Good job. That was solid.
That's a tough run.
Dude, Sam Osborne, like we haven't talked about him yet, but like he's low key tier 2 almost. Like
really?
he got 7th at this race last year. The dude races a lot. He is a little bit hit or miss, but it's like he's got 4 podiums last year. I mean, he didn't do great at G-Long, but he can
really.
And he's a decent swimmer. Like he'll come out. He depending on dynamics, like he's coming out with Metzler, and there's no way he's getting dropped by Metzler on the bike either. And like he could probably outrun him. So
yeah.
I mean, I almost think 2nd tier.
What did you swim?
You want to put him in 2nd tier? You think he's going to be doing it for the end? He might be in. Okay.
I think it's
veto power. I'm vetoing. Anyone else want to veto?
No, I agree. I agree with that.
Okay.
Greg, how far? So I know I have him down as a 24s last year in Boulder. How far off you was he? Was he a minute off you coming out of the water?
You think I saw him 23? Please. We came out in like 22:30 something. Ironman like Boulder course swim record. Me, Chase, and Nick Quinnett. So he came out 2:10 back.
2:10.
But the dynamics were weird last year a bit. Because
were you on the gas from the start there?
It was my easiest one I've ever done. Chase led the whole thing.
Gotcha.
But like Appleton was 45 minutes back and Metzler was almost like 2 minutes. So he actually came out a little bit behind Metzler, but he rode a minute into Metzler too,
yeah, he rode
and then outran him.
Jeez.
So he's a strong guy. He races a lot. Like he comes stateside and then hangs out in Boulder. So anyway.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay,
hometown bed guy.
Is he hometown bad guy? Okay.
I think he might be. Like he has a place that he stays in and
sleeps
in Boulder for a long time.
I'll give him the bump.
Do we want to do rafts next?
Yeah, I don't know much about this guy. Looks like age group guy turned pro.
Yeah. Race winner, Mossel Bay, South Africa, 25th St. George, 9th at Chatty this year.
without the swim.
It's Ralph's.
Yes.
It's Ralph's. Okay, I had to look it up.
It is
It's not
Ralph's.
Ralph's.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Rolf.
Typo on me.
Ralph's discount.
I like this guy. He is a
Yeah.
good cyclist, and the running is like semi-consistent, but not great. And then the swim is like what lets him down.
We thinking third tier or fourth tier?
Fourth. He's a little unproven.
Okay. All right. Kruger and Treese, I feel like they're very similar. Andy's on the up and up for sure. He's had a great season so far. Ted's been pretty solid. I feel like they're kind of in the same caliber. What do you guys think?
Andy ended last year pretty strong. He's actually started this year off, I'll admit, a little weaker than he wanted to. I actually just trained with Andy recently. He was really fit going into Ironman Brazil. Like he was very, very strong, and then just had a rough day out there because he was having some stomach issues. So Andy is fit, hasn't hit his good result yet for 2025, but ended 2024 pretty strong. Like he had good days at Michigan and Indian Wells last year. So I think he's got to go with Arashida.
For sure. He's got to go
He's
fourth.
with Arashida for sure. And that's, I mean, I would actually take, man, Mike, don't think this is any shade to you. I think Andy beats Mike actually out there.
I think so too. If you took Mike from his first 70.3 he ever did, which was his best 70.3 ever, I'd pick that Mike, but I don't think that's the Mike we're going to see.
And Greg and Mike have done an entire 73 together before. So was that Indian
sure.
Wells one? Literally almost start to finish.
What are Ted's latest results? I know we got it over here.
Ted's
he was
25th
25th at Oceanside.
25th at Oceanside. Okay.
And
what
his
about John
best is
Killen?
He's biking it. So Ted and John are both biking very strong right now. Like Ted's in good bike fitness for Ted even. And Ted's a strong biker. So, I mean, you know, he went 212 at Oceanside on the bike. That's not a bad, that's a pretty solid bike. So unfortunately, I think this fourth tier gets crowded because you want to put
No,
them in
Killian is on the bottom tier for
there.
sure.
He's going to swim
He's
so
so far behind in the swim. Yeah, but
especially with this no
he's
wetsuit.
losing like
chance.
14 minutes in Boulder to Greg in the water.
Ooh,
13,
yikes.
14 minutes.
Yikes. I'm not even doing that.
And that's if Greg goes, what does Greg swim? You know, like 20 or something. If he
How do we
wants to.
feel about putting Ted here? I don't really like it. I'm not in love with it. I feel like
Ted could go up. Yeah.
Ted goes fourth. I like Ted. Ted's strong right now.
I don't
He's
know
running
if I
well
want
right now
Pimento.
too. He just did a duathlon. Ted ran very strong in a duathlon recently.
Blake,
Local.
Blake Danilo hasn't ran a sub 120 ever.
Really?
Really?
I could be wrong. I thought I looked that up last night.
That's a wild stat. If that's a niche stat right there. But
can someone pull up his Ironman stats? I'm pretty sure in
get on that,
70.3. I need someone prove me wrong if I'm wrong.
116 Augusta, but that's 2021. Like it's basically 118 to 120. Well, hey, Brazil long course champs. There's no way that was a real course. He ran 112.
Yeah,
Classic, dude. He probably got moto paced all day from his like.
They also just
from his
measured
bed.
it and we're like, that's a mile short. That's fine. We're good.
yeah, you might be right, or at least tracking right.
All right. I
Now-
think just based on that alone, I think he should be bottom tier, but that's just me.
We got one more name on this list.
I think you're
that
right.
I am going to talk about.
Benjamin Randall.
Ben Randall. I know Greg does not like this pick at all because Ben came out in 35 minutes. last year
I
in
like
Boulder.
the kid. What do you mean?
Evan, is this an uncomfortable take right now?
This is going to be my uncomfortable take because we have the porpoise on the podcast. So I think he is going to swim 30 to 29 high, which for him is going to be a big improvement. He needs to be swimming better than he did in St. George, but he swam, I think, 31 and change in St. George. I think he's going to get close to that sub 30 swim. His bike right now, he's been making a lot of changes to his bike. He is faster. He's kind of like balling on a budget. So that bike has had to get faster recently. He's renting a lot of parts. We all know that grind. It's getting better. And he is going to run the house down. He's going to run, I believe last year, I need to get this right. He outran Folly last year in Boulder. I think he put a little time into Folly. Now, obviously not biking anywhere near what Folly's doing at 150, but Folly goes 151 on this course last year and wins the race basically on the bike. So I think Ben will run a 110 and he's going to bike right under 2 hours. I think he's got that ability and he's going to get himself top 8. That's my uncomfortable take. I think he goes top 8.
Coaching bias. Yikes.
Greg, we don't know that.
Now 2, 4, 6, 7. If my math is math in here, that would make him a second tier guy, Evan.
He's beaten big names, but that's no pressure on him. I hope he doesn't listen to this. But
wow. And with that uncomfortable moment has been brought to you by Adra Labs, our first sponsor here on the show. They just launched their first protein bar built on the latest sports nutrition science. Bunch of guys that worked at Power Bar for 30 years, and they branched off and started their own company formulated specifically for what your body actually needs for training. Each bar delivers 20 grams of plant-based protein with a boost of 2 times the dose of leucine. You know that amino acid. Proven to trigger maximal muscle recovery. No fluff, no filler, just precision fueling based on real research. It's clean, compact, and most importantly, it won't melt all over your bag. Check them out at adralabs.com. That's ADDRA labs.com. Recovery upgraded. And for you guys listening and watching, use code ONYERLEFT25 to get 25% off your first order with code ONYOURLEFT. So Evan, having said that, where do we put him? Where do we think we want to put this guy?
Third tier.
Yeah.
Third tier.
He's a low key, high key.
Only because if he's 8th, then that puts him where I don't have to say second tier. So I said
He's going to be fired up by this, so I think it might help him out as well.
I know, dude. He gets very excited to race too. I love I love this new wave of like young guys we got in the sport right now because they get like pumped to race, man. Like all of us except for Blake here are old as dirt. So it's like for us, we're like, oh man, another Boulder. Just got to get my mind right, all that. These kids come into this race like it's like their like Super Bowl every single time, regardless of the race. It's like Main 73, and they're out there just like ready to rip every single time.
Yeah. Wait, is Devin racing? Devin Volk?
That's what I was trying to look. If Devin Volk is racing, he needs to be.
He's in that Andy tier 100%.
I didn't see him on the star list. Is he on the star list?
I'm double checking, but I don't think he's on there.
In the meantime, this 4th tier here, gentlemen, we got Connor Ford, Mike Arashida, Matthew Ralphs, Kruger, and Treese. I mean, is Ralphs an American?
People.
Is Ralphs an American?
South African.
Ruined it.
These are some of our favorite people, man. These are like podcast favorites right here. I mean, you got Andy Kruger, you got Mike in there, you got Ted.
Mm-hmm.
I like Connor Ford because he's a Connor.
Yeah.
Spells his first name like a last name, but we don't have to talk about that. Blake with the stats. Do we got Devin Volk? Because I do like Devin.
2 seconds.
He's a strong runner.
He's on the Ironman. I don't even know. Was that the official start list? Like on their website?
You got to go to the athlete one that's in the pro thing, not like their media start list. They never update that one for some reason.
Ironman, like just search like Ironman pro athlete, and then that page is that page is all the good ones. Actually, Devin Volk is on there.
Yeah, number 20.
All right, last edition here, guys. Where do we put Devin?
Devin goes 3rd tier. Devin is done. You don't think so?
I mean, I know he's like he can, but he's like dental schooling and stuff. Like he's gonna be solid. I mean, he did St. George. He was 24th.
Are you an anti-dentite?
Check that.
No, I just know he's got other things going on. He's
got to be reading a lot of books, man. You got so much studying when you're in dental school. That is crazy.
Seinfeld reference. I am not an anti-dentite. You think he's tier 3 material?
I don't think at this moment. No.
I don't think at this moment.
I can get vetoed. That's fine. Devin, just let the record show, Devin, I believed in you.
Listen, Evan, you're allowed one uncomfortable moment. You can't just hijack the entire show with all these uncomfortable moments.
I mean, he did beat Ben Randall at the last race, Evan's tier 3 pick. So that's why Evan had to go tier 3, That's why he had it.
Quiet, Greg.
Bias.
That is exactly why I need him higher.
Devin had a good Boulder race last year. He swam 25. He biked 202. Like he told me it was a lot solo, and then ran 118 low, which at altitude.
Yep.
He could be strong across the board, but that's
he also smoked me in Pack Crest 2 years ago. So
not saying much, eh?
It was a low bar. It was a real low bar competition.
Gentlemen, I'll be honest with you, very impressed we did this below 30 minutes once again. We deliver on time. We're like the MTA, you know what I mean? Ironman Boulder 70.3 power ranking start list, the pre-race show. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
Adra Labs.
Labs.
Nice, Greg.
Stay on for a minute.